My name is Max, and I'm the CEO of Workfusion. Workfusion is software as a service platform that solves a problem that is a huge problem, but not a lot of people are aware of it. So we solve a problem around massive data collection and maintenance for financial institutions, and we do it at 50% less cost and a much larger scale. So the way we do it is by a very unique solution. We pair over 30 million online freelance workers with something that is called machine learning, where over time machines learn to do more and more work and pretty much automate a lot of the data collection. Who uses us? 7 out of 10 top financial data providers, financial institutions. They collect data like corporate actions, reference data, compliance. Every business that we've seen out here, or almost every business, is a data-driven business. So somebody had to collect, gather, and structure that data before they can actually present it to you. This is Adam. He's our VP of marketing, product marketing, and he's actually going to show you a demo of how the software works. Turn over to you, Adam.
Thank you, Max. So I'm going to show you how Workfusion, in one click, can automate the collection and quality improvement of data at massive scale. So I'm logged in as a business user, in this case a data manager at a large financial institution, and what you're looking at right now is what's called a GUI, a graphical user interface for one data extraction task. I, as the data manager, am accountable for what's called corporate actions, specifically dividend announcements. So each quarter, hundreds, if not thousands, of press releases, tweets, website updates hit the digital media with information about when a company is going to pay a dividend, what the record date is, and what the amount is. So what Workfusion has let me done as a data manager is configure a task using one of our many, many templates to distribute this data collection and quality improvement task to any number of workers. As Max said, we have collected and databased and qualified 30 million online workers from Mechanical Turk, Elance, Odesk, USAMP, all over the world. But what it can also do is allow me to distribute tasks to my own FTEs, to my own internal data analysts, or to the folks who are doing my work at an outsourcing vendor. So I'm going to show you how a typical user would, a typical worker would perform the task. Workfusion makes it really easy. If for whatever reason I forget how to do it, Workfusion provides a format to enter in the instructions for how to extract the task. And when I go down here, I can show you how a worker would actually extract the information. So I highlight the increased dividend, the per share, and I either type the letter A or I click A for the amount. I can go over to the payable date and highlight April 11, 2014, and click P or type P for the payable date. I can highlight February 19, 2014, for the record date, and if I were a real worker, I would just click submit and the task would be done. So this is cool, but it's not incredibly cool. What is incredibly cool and what is truly groundbreaking is the fact that each worker performing a task on Workfusion is not just getting work done and being quality controlled by our algorithms at the same time, they're training our software for how to automate that work. So literally what we're enabling is a platform to learn and perform work by automated tools. So I'm going to show you how I would actually activate this automation. I'm going to go back to the home screen. I'm going to click on View All Tasks. What you're looking at right now is the sort of central page for our application. On the left are the main controls, how to set up a task, how to view reports, checking on the progress of work, monitoring worker quality and output, and then the configuration. So as I scroll through all the different tasks that are on the platform, I see this little green button here that says Hi. That means that Workfusion has been working to automate this particular task and is determined that the platform can successfully automate it. So I click on Hi, and it takes me to a screen that shows me the 3 algorithms that Workfusion has built over the course of work to try to automate this task. So the bottom one maxed out at 53% accuracy. The middle one maxed out at 90% accuracy, but the top one, the one that Workfusion is recommending that I migrate my labor-intensive data workforce to automate, is 94% accuracy. So in order to apply it, this is the one click I told you about. I literally click Apply, I click to add my data. I go to my desktop where my source files are. I click open. I click OK. And Workfusion automatically populates the source information onto the platform. I click next to make sure that the process is right. So this is a graphical way of depicting the step-by-step process for extracting the information. I'm good with that. So I click Run Business Process. Another recap of everything. And here I can set my SLAs when I need it due by. I click Run the Process. And it tells me I've started it successfully. So within about 15 seconds, this will be done. What had taken over an hour will now take about 16 seconds. So I'm going to show you the impact of this. When I go to the dashboard, it gives me a readout, one of the more useful readouts I've seen on these applications, that shows how the demographic of my workforce has shifted from a predominantly human workforce to a predominantly machine workforce. So here, during those peaks I told you about when lots of announcements come in, I'm using almost 6 people. And here, after a few weeks of automation training, I'm using like a percentage of a person to handle exceptions, the unusual things that happen in the course of work. But the majority of the work I've automated. So massive financial data providers, banks, alternative investment businesses are using us for reference data, compliance, all kinds of entities data. Really anything that can be done by a large human workforce can ultimately be automated on our platform.
Great. We're essentially putting the power of data operations at your fingertips. We're a New York City-based business. We're in Tribeca, focused on financial services. Come see us at our booth and we'll do a free pilot for you guys.